comprehensive plan is a long-range vision. It's a 20-year plan for how a community will grow, vision for the future. It discusses needs, it looks at issues and challenges, and it looks like specifically to our area addresses things like tourism, infrastructure. We all know we have water and sewer that's not infinite throughout the county. So we need to look at those areas and come up with a unified approach to how we grow and develop in the future. So a comprehensive plan has some basic tenets, if you will. Of those would be infrastructure, transportation, things like affordable housing, hazard mitigation, environment. But it's not limited to just those items. It can be whatever the community decides it needs to be. So some of the things we might also consider are having enough library, having enough police protection, having enough fire, critical services for those areas. We could also look at things that benefit both our residents and tourists, things like greenways and parks, and any other long-range initiatives that the community deems appropriate. We all know we're a gateway community and we attract folks from all across the nation. We're on the international radar. Also, we have some challenges associated with topography. We have our scarcest resource, which is land. So we don't have infinite possibilities for growth. So we have to also consider a regional approach. And that consideration involves working with our neighbors to the north, south, east, and west. Community input is paramount for this process because it is a conversation with residents all across our far-flung regions across the county. A lot of it has to do with crunching the numbers and making sure that we have the most up-to-date data so that we can provide for citizens in the future. So the idea is that you have to plan now in order for your ability to look out and think of what things in technology, what emerging trends are going to take place within that long-range cycle. Otherwise, you're essentially planning in a vacuum. What might be different in the future? For instance, broadband may look very different than a hardwired system is today. We all know that emerging technologies like SpaceX, satellite-based internet, we all are emerging from a pandemic where we heavily used things like Zoom and Teams to conduct these virtual meetings, whereas 30 years ago, that was only a dream. So that's why it's important to think about what the future may hold. We all know too that there's a lot of climate patterns that are changing. We have to think about how we can become more resilient and plan the built environment around those issues. Yeah, we need your help. This is a very large, labor-intensive process. We need to make sure that we fully capture what the issues and challenges are across this county. We'd like to hear from Barnardsville and Sandy Mush, Avery's Creek, Broad River. This is our opportunity to do something special here. We will be putting out any number of requests through social media channels on our website. We need your involvement. We need to hear from you. This is our plan.